This is the sixth video on waiting line theory. In this video, we are going to study the first model of waiting line theory. The representation of this model is M1 is to FCFS infinity infinity. So already in the previous video, we have seen the representation of these models or these symbols. This M, it is representing Poisson probability distribution of arrival. M second, it is representing exponential probability distribution of service. 1 representing single service channel. FCFS representing first come first serve type of discipline or service discipline. Infinity representing infinite number of customers can join the system, and second infinity representing the calling source is infinite or the population is infinite. The model first, it is called single channel Poisson arrival with exponential service infinite population model. Now let n be the number of customers in the system at time t, lambda be the mean arrival rate, that is number of customers arriving per unit time, mu be the mean service rate, that is number of customers served per unit time, Pn be the steady state probability of exactly n customers in the system, Lq expected or average number of customers in the queue, Ls expected number of customers in the system, that means the number of customers waiting in the waiting line and the customers who are being served. So combiningly, the LS, it is representing the expected number of customers in the system. WQ expected waiting time per customer in the queue. WS expected time a customer spends in the system. So it is time which is including the waiting time as well as service time. LN expected number of customers waiting in the line excluding those times when the line is empty. And WN is the expected time a customer waits in a line if he has to wait at all. Now let us see the various formulas associated with these models. First one is traffic intensity, or it is called utilization factor. So traffic intensity, it is nothing but the ratio of arrival rate to the service rate. So it is the ratio of lambda upon mu. Second one is the number of hours the serviceman remain busy. The number of hours the serviceman means the person who is giving the service, he or she will remain busy. It will be calculated by the formula traffic intensity multiplied by working hours. Next one is steady state probability of exactly n customers in the system. So it is calculated by the formula lambda upon mu raised to n multiplied by 1 minus lambda upon mu. Then expected or average number of customers in the system. So it is calculated by the formula LS equal to lambda upon mu minus lambda. Next is expected or average number of customers in the queue, calculated by the formula lambda upon mu multiplied by lambda upon mu minus lambda. Next is expected or average time per customer in the system. So it is calculated by the formula 1 upon mu minus lambda. Next one is expected or average waiting time per customer in the queue, calculated by the formula lambda upon mu multiplied by 1 minus mu minus lambda. Next one is variance of the queue length. It is calculated by the formula lambda upon mu divided by 1 minus lambda upon mu bracket raised to 2 or square bracket square. Next one is average length of non-empty queue, that is length of queue that is formed from time to time. It is calculated by the formula mu upon mu minus lambda. Average waiting time in non-empty queue or average waiting time of an arrival who waits, it is calculated by the formula 1 minus mu minus lambda. Next is probability of Q being greater than or equal to K. It is calculated by the formula lambda upon mu bracket raised to K. Next is probability of Q being greater than K, calculated by the formula lambda upon mu bracket raised to K plus 1. Probability that Q is non-empty is equal to lambda upon mu bracket square. Probability density function of waiting time distribution. If t equal to 0, it is calculated by the equation or formula lambda upon mu into bracket mu minus lambda into e raised to minus t into bracket mu minus lambda. If t is greater than 0, then it is calculated by the formula lambda upon mu into bracket mu minus lambda. Next is probability density function of waiting plus service time distribution, calculated by the formula mu minus lambda into e raised to minus t into bracket mu minus lambda. Now let us solve the few examples on the model first. The first example is a self-service store employs one cashier at its counter. 9 customers arrive on an average every 5 minutes, while the cashier can serve 10 customers every 5 minutes. Assuming Poisson distribution for arrival rate and exponential distribution for service rate, find A. Average number of customers in the system, B. Average number of customers in the queue or average queue length, C. Average time a customer spends in the system, and D. Average time a customer waits before being served. So now in this example, so this one is a self-service store where one cashier is there for giving the service to the customer. Now how this cashier is working? So there are 9 customers arriving on an average every 5 minutes. So that means we can calculate here the arrival rate. So how the arrival rate can be calculated? Arrival rate, that is lambda, it can be calculated like this. 9 number of customers are arriving every 5 minutes. So if I divide this 9 by 5, we will get this answer 1.8 and will be 1.8 customers per minute. So arrival rate is 1.8 customers per minute. After this, it is given that the cashier can serve 10 customers every 5 minutes. So from this we can calculate the service rate. So service rate is equal to, or service rate mu is equal to number of customers served. So number of customers served for every 5 minutes. So that means for every minute 2 customers will be served. So 2 customers per minute is the service rate. So now let us calculate each of the parameter. Parameter A, average customers or average number of customers in the system. So we know that the formula average number of customers in the system, LS, is equal to lambda upon mu minus lambda. Let us put all these values. Lambda, it is 1.8, mu is 2 minus lambda 1.8. So the answer we will get 9. So that means average number of customers in the system will be 9. Now let us calculate parameter B. Average time average number of customers in the queue. So that means we have to calculate here LQ, average number of customers in the queue. LQ, we know that the average number of customers in the queue, it is equal to lambda upon mu multiply by lambda upon mu minus lambda. Now let us put the values. 1.8 upon 2 multiply by 1.8 divided by 2 minus 1.8. So the after calculation of this we will get LQ equal to 8.1. So that means average number of customers in the queue will be equal to 8.1. Now parameter C, average time a customer spends in the system. So it will be calculated by the formula WS is equal to 1 minus mu minus lambda. So put the values. 1 upon 2 minus 1.8, so it will be equal to 5. So average time a customer spends in the system will be equal to 5 minutes. And last one is average time a customer wait before being served. So it can be calculated by formula WQ is equal to lambda upon mu multiply by 1 upon mu minus lambda. Now put the values. 1.8 upon 2 multiply by 1 upon 2 minus 1.8. So after calculation of this, we get 4.5 minutes is the answer. So average time a customer wait before being served is 4.5 minutes. Now let us solve the one more example. The milk plant at a city distribute its products by trucks loaded at the loading dock. It has its own fleet of trucks plus trucks of private transport company. The transport company has complained that sometimes its truck have to wait in a line and thus company loses money paid for truck and driver that is only waiting. The company has asked the milk plant management either to go in for a second loading dock or discount prices equivalent to waiting time. The following data are available. Average arrival rate for all truck is 3 hours or 3 per hour. Average service time or average service rate is equal to 4 per hour. The transport company has provided 40% of the total number of trucks. Assuming that these rates are random according to Poisson distribution, determine the probability that a truck has to wait, the waiting time of truck that has to wait, and the expected waiting time of company trucks per day. So now here let us enlist the given data first. Here the average arrival rate of the all truck is given. So that means the arrival rate is given. Arrival rate lambda is given and it is 3 trucks per hour. Along with that service rate it is also given. So service rate, so that means the number of trucks loaded per hour. So mu, it is 4 trucks per hour. Now here let us calculate the parameter A, the probability that a truck has to wait. The probability that a truck has to wait. So the probability that a truck has to wait is nothing but the traffic intensity. Traffic intensity, or it is also called the utilization factor. So what this utilization factor is? It is the ratio of arrival rate to the service rate. So lambda, it is given 3 trucks per hour and mu, it is 4 trucks per hour. So that means the traffic intensity will be 0.75. So now the probability that the truck has to wait will be equal to 75%. Now parameter B, the waiting time of a truck that has to wait. So that means Wn we have to calculate, and it is calculated by the formula 1 upon mu minus lambda. So equal to 1 upon mu is 4, lambda is 3, so that means it is equal to 1. So the waiting time of the truck that has to be or that has to wait will be equal to 1 hour. Now calculate parameter C, the expected waiting time of company trucks, and it is calculated for a, or it is to be calculated for the whole day, so per day. So how it can be calculated? So it is calculated like this: the expected waiting time of a company trucks per day will be equal to number of trucks arrived per day multiply by the percentage or percent trucks of the company multiply by expected waiting time per truck. So expected waiting time per truck. So it is equal to number of trucks arrived per day. So every hour 3 trucks are arriving. So number of trucks arriving per hour, these are 3. Now here we will consider the number of working hours per day are generally 8. So here we will assume this. So 8 hours per day. So 3 into 8 multiply by percent trucks of the company. So 40% there are the company have owned. So that means 0.4 trucks or 0.4 number of trucks are owned by company multiply by the expected waiting time per truck. It is lambda upon mu into mu minus lambda. So now let us put all these values. 3 into 8 it will be equal to 24 multiply by 0.4 multiply by 3 upon 4 into 4 minus 3. So after calculation of this we get 7.2. So that means the expected waiting time of the company trucks per day will be 7.2 hours per day.
Next example is a repairman to be hired to repair machines which break down at an average rate of 3 per hour. The breakdown follow Poisson distribution. Non-productive time of machine is considered to cost rupees 16 per hour. Two repairmen have been interviewed. One is slow but cheap, while the other is fast but expensive. The slow repairman charges rupees 8 per hour and he serves broken down machines at the rate of 4 per hour. The fast repairman demands rupees 10 per hour and he serves at an average rate of 6 per hour. Which repairman should be hired? Assume an 8 hours working day. So here solution. So let us collect the given data first. Here the machine breakdown rate is given. So machine breakdown rate, it is 3 per hour. So machine breakdown rate, it is nothing but the lambda and it is 3 machines per hour. After that, the breakdown follow Poisson distribution, it is given, and this one is important. Non-productive time of machines is considered to cost rupees 16 per hour. So that means cost of non-productive time of machines, it is given and it is rupees 16 per hour. After that, it is given that two repairmen have been interviewed. One is slow but it is cheap, while the other is fast but expensive. The slow repairman charges rupees 8 per hour. So slow repairman charging or charges for repairing machines it is rupees 8 per hour, and he serves broken down machines at the rate of 4 per hour. So slow repairman repairs machines at the rate of 4 per hour. So that means the service time of or the service rate of slow repairman, it has been given. So let us consider this as a mu1 for the slow repairman, and it is 4 machines per hour. After that, the fast repairman demands rupees 10 per hour and he serves at an average rate of 6 per hour. So that means the data about fast repairman is given. So fast repairman charges for repairing machines, it is rupees 10 per hour, and he serves the machines at the rate of 6 machines per hour. So first repairman serves machines at the rate of 6 per hour. So that means let us consider this as a mu2, and it is 6 machines per hour. So this is the data given in the example. Now we will calculate the total cost which is given to the slow repairman if he is hired by the company, and the total cost to be paid by the company when the fast repairman have been hired. And after that we will compare that two total cost, which one will be less, corresponding repairman that should be hired by the company. So this will be our solution. So now let us calculate the total cost to be paid when the slow repairman have been hired. So slow repairman, so here if the slow repairman will be hired, the average number of broken down machines in the system will be. So if the slow repairman will be hired, the average number of broken down machines in the system will be equal to lambda upon mu1 minus lambda. So this is the formula which we have seen. The expected number of customers in the system, it is calculated by this formula. So here already we have known the lambda, it is 3, mu1 it is 4 minus 3, so it is equal to 3 upon 3, that is 3 upon 1, that is 3. So average number of broken down machines if the slow repairman will be hired, it will be equal to 3. Now if 3 machines are broken down, then machine hours lost in 8 hours day. So total number of working hours per day, these are 8. So that means average machine hours lost in 8 hours day, it will be equal to 3 into 8. So that means 24 hours. So now let us calculate the cost of non-productive time of machines. So it will be equal to per hour. If the non-productive machine will be there, it is, or its cost is considered as a 16. So total non-productive hours are 24. So that means 16 into 24, it is equal to 384. So rupees 384 per day. Now the charges to be paid to the serviceman slow serviceman, it will be, he has demanded the charge of rupees 8 per hour. So total working hours are 8. So that means 8 into 8 rupees 64. So total cost per day, it will be equal to cost of non-productive time of machines plus the charges to be paid to the serviceman. So that means 384 plus 64, it will be equal to 448 rupees per day. So if the slow repairman will be hired by the company has to pay total 448 rupees per day. Now let us calculate the charges or the total cost to be paid to the company if fast repairman have been hired. So fast repairman, if the fast repairman will be hired, at that time the average number of broken down machines in the system will be lambda upon mu 2 minus lambda. So let us put the values. 3 upon this mu 2, it is 6. So 6 minus 3. So that means 3 upon 3, it is equal to 1 machine. So machine hours lost in 8 hours day, it will be 1 into 8 equal to 8. So total 8 hours will be lost in the 8 hours working day. So therefore the cost of non-productive time of machines so 8 into non-productive hours cost, it is 16 per hour. So that means 8 into 16. So it is equal to 128. Now the charges to be paid to the serviceman it is, he is demanding 10 hours per 10 rupees 10 per hour. Number of working hours are 8, so that means 80. So total cost per day will be equal to this cost of non-productive time of machines 128 plus the charges to be paid to the serviceman, so that is 80. So that means it is equal to 208. So now if we compare the cost to be paid by the company, if the slow repairman have been hired, it is 448, and if the company have hired fast repairman, it has to, or they have to pay the total cost of rupees 208 per day. So that means this 208 is lesser one. So it is suggested that the fast repairman should be hired. So the answer is fast repairman should be hired. So this is our answer.